What's up, everybody? It's Conger Live, and we're going to jump right into Metalhead's kit and give you a little bit of review, going over what everything does. If you're new here, go ahead and like and subscribe so you can get more TMNT Mutant Madness content. His special laser snare. Select an enemy at range 3 and target them, and another enemy at range 1 of them. Deal 20 energy damage. Inflict disarm and root for 4 seconds. Now, of course, that energy damage will grow as you level him up. Level 75, he inflicts negative defense, also inflicts negative 80 strength for 4 seconds. And at 175, inflicts stun for 4 seconds to targets under 50 haste. So this special looks absolutely amazing. Disarm and root, it's basically like stun, because they can't attack and they can't move. And then if they're under haste, it is actually a stun. Once you get him to level 75, he also inflicts negative 80 strength for those 4 seconds, which I don't know how much that matters if they're not attacking anyways with the disarm, other than maybe if that strength gives them some other bonuses in their kit. And of course, stripping the defense away and doing energy damage is great, because most of the meta right now is physical damage, not energy damage. So I see this special being just amazing. Get him to level 175. My goodness. Okay, at 10, he unlocks his first auto skill, chest laser. Target up to 4 enemies at range 3. Deal 32 energy damage over 4 hits. Inflict negative 20 alertness and armor. So it's also negative 20 armor for 5 seconds to each target hit. So those 4 hits, I'm not sure if it damages all 4 of those same players, or if it'll say hit one of them twice and another one not at all. I'm not quite sure how that works, but overall, taking 20 alertness away and 20 armor away. Taking the armor away isn't going to help his energy damage, but it's going to help with all the physical damage from his teammates, and he also does physical damage in another skill. So 5 seconds is a decent amount of time to take that alertness away. And as you guys may or may not know or understand, alertness affects how much defense you get. And at level 100, you inflict negative alertness and armor for 10 extra seconds. So instead of 5 seconds, it's negative 20 alertness and negative 20 armor for 15 seconds. My goodness, what a great skill, his auto skill, chest laser. His next skill you unlock at level 50 is his first passive, Steel Shell. Gain 40 armor. Great. Takes less damage. And after being attacked, gain 2 defense if the attacker was under 0 alertness. So by him minusing alertness with his chest laser, more likely to gain defense when being attacked, mitigating that damage, also mitigating the damage with the armor. And at 200, you gain plus 20 armor and barrier for each slowed, rooted, or stunned enemy within range 2. So he's going to want the enemies around him to be slowed, rooted, stunned. His special is a root or a stun already, so that's great, and it hits 2 people, right? So, man, that's looking nasty. His next passive, Brainwave Chip. And you can't see the icon under here, but it shows the brain, like from Will, so I was thinking maybe it would have some Will effect. And when I first reviewed what his kit might do, I said alertness. Well, I was right with the alertness, where he gains 30 alertness for each enemy at or above 30 alertness. And he does the same for strength and haste, and at 225, the same for focus and will. So if any of the enemies are above 30 alertness, he's going to get plus 30 basically across the board for all of these status effects. Alertness, strength, haste, focus, will. My goodness, and that's for each enemy. So for some reason, all the enemies have above 30 alertness, which I don't know how common that's going to be. That's 150 bonus for all those stats. My goodness, he could be going so fast with his skills, with that will, and that focus is going to increase his damage. Wow. Oh my goodness. This Brainwave chip sounds amazing. But moving on to his final skill, the Hydraulic Headbutt. Gains 20 defense and plus 80 armor for 3 seconds. Target an enemy at range 1. Deal 45 physical damage, inflict stun for 2.5 seconds. And at 250, deal 20 extra damage, inflict stun for 2 extra seconds if at or above 100 armor. Okay, so he just looks absolutely amazing with some of these skills. Where was that skill I was thinking? Oh, right here. Yes. So if the attacker was under 0 alertness with the steel shell, he gains the defense, which is helpful there. Where then if they're under 0 alertness, he's not going to get all these bonuses. So the passives kind of don't really work with each other. And there's like that sweet spot or the not so sweet spot. If the enemy is between 0 and 30, then really he's not getting a whole lot of bonus from either of these passives. But I see that this one, if there's a lot of alertness out there, whoo, you almost want to say, go ahead, have alertness. I'm just not sure. But the fact that he has 2 stuns, the hydraulic headbutt for 2.5 seconds, and if you get him to 250, it turns into 4.5 seconds if he's at about above 100 armor. But he's getting 80 armor just from the skill. So all he needs is the 20, which he's going to have 40 here. So basically, it's always going to happen 4.5 seconds. Plus, he gets a 4-second stun here once you're at 175. So 2 different ways to stun. Stuns 2 enemies with his special, and another one that's standing next to him here. He could stun 3 enemies potentially within a couple seconds of each other, stunning them all for 4 seconds. I think that's a decent amount of time to stun. Pretty excited. He is a trickster tank. I didn't mention that earlier, but it's up. Okay, really quickly, I wanted to jump back into this spreadsheet I made a while ago, and I'll link this again in the video. I only talked about this once before, but I have made this spreadsheet. I got a few different tabs of things you can do down here. But the status effects, I think, is really, really important. And I even made a tier list column, but I haven't updated that since the new tier list. And of course, Samurai Leo and Metalhead down here at the bottom, because I just added them, are unknown at this point. But once we figure out where to put them on the tier list, they will get their tier. But what I wanted to kind of show you, especially with this, is Metalhead has a lot of yeses across the board. He has a lot of yeses. So pretty exciting that he does so many status effects, especially all the front end ones, the really basically the good ones: defense, removing defense, alertness, removing alertness, armor, barrier, strength, focus, will, so many great effects. So in my abilities and notes section down here, Metalhead, I have some synergy notes which I made. A couple columns: potentially beneficial teammates, effective against. I might add those later. I haven't done that for characters yet. But Metalhead likes enemy to have negative alertness because of his laser snare. No, not laser snare. Why is this rolled over? His passive skill 1. His steel shell, right, to get that defense. Although if they are above the 30 alertness, which we just talked about, he gets tons of bonuses. It's insane. And he likes the enemies to be rooted, stunned, or slowed because he's going to gain that armor and barrier for everyone who has that. He also likes enemies to have negative haste because, where's the negative haste effect? Right here. That's how he gets the stun on his special. And he likes to have high armor because that's how he gets the extra timing on his stun from the hydraulic headbutt at 250. He has 2 ways to stun an enemy. It's just, I think that he's got a really cool looking kit, a cool reading kit. So if you wanted to find ways to partner up with other people, that's what this chart of all the status effects are. Because he likes stun, slow. You can come over to, say, stun right here, and you can right click and you can say sort Z to A, because Y becomes before N. You can see all the characters at the top of the list here that stun. And Metalhead's been moved into here. So these are all characters that could potentially be used with Metalhead very well. April, of course, S tier, yeah, use her. Frosty, great. Throw him with Metalhead, right? There's also the Root would work. He also likes negative haste, so we can also do a negative haste here from Z to A, and it's going to keep it filtered. So the characters that have both negative haste and stun, Renette would be good to put with him. Hey, there you go. Frosty once again. April, Frosty, Renette with him, I think, would really support his kit very well based on just these two things right here. Making sure that you get the most out of your stuns. And Renette, she does a lot of cool tricks with the time, the slows, the stuns, and whatnot. Looks like Lotus could be a good damage dealer to go with her at C, but maybe someone like Shredder or one of the other supports like regular Leo, or even the new Samurai Leo might be good with him as well. Just some things to think about. And what do you guys think of Metalhead? I think the biggest sadness with Metalhead, ooh, there's that chest laser, is that he's the season pass character, so we're not going to have a chance to get him at 5 stars anytime soon. But I definitely am going to open his drives when I get a chance to get them and dump some ooze into him to take him at least to 200. I'd like to get him to 225 to get this, do the same for Focus and Will. I think that's going to be amazing as long as that's triggering. So what do you guys think of Metalhead? Leave a comment in the section down below. Don't forget to ninja kick that like button and subscribe for more TMNT Mutant Madness content. Conger Live. We'll see you in the next video.